I'd like to call to order the regular council meeting for the town of Disbury for Tuesday, October 28th. The time is 6 o'clock, like I said. I'd like to start with some opening comments, and then we can get into the regular agenda items. I'd like to say congratulations and welcome to our first meeting of the new council. Welcome, everybody. I'd like to thank all the councilors sitting here for taking the time to commit to this both today and for the next 4 years. We have a lot of work ahead of us, so again, thank you. I'd like to introduce our councilman if I could. Councilor Mahan. Sorry, I'm going to have to read some of these because all these names are open. I apologize. Councilor Lambert, Councilor Ponce, Councilor Engel, Councilor Murray, and Councilor Seals. Sorry, nerves. All of a sudden everybody's names disappeared from my head. I apologize, guys. I'd also like to thank everyone in town that took the time to come out and exercise their democratic rights last week and vote for the people sitting here today. Whether they voted for us or other people, you took the time to come out and exercise those rights, and that's an important thing, so I thank everybody that came out and voted. It's one of the most important rights that we have. I'd also like to take a minute and thank the outgoing council. They put a lot of hard work and dedication in over the years, and they deserve some thanks for that. So that's all I have. So welcome everyone, and we'll get on to the meeting. I guess the first order of business is to adopt the agenda as amended. So Kurt.
Yeah, so we need to amend it. We need to remove the swearing-in ceremony, which has already occurred. And we had two NPC applicants that came in later. We need to get those added on that aren't on the agenda. So I move that council adopt the agenda as amended.
Okay. We can call a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Carried. Item number 4 is the adoption of the minutes from the October 14th meeting. Kurt?
I move the council adopt the October 14th, 2025 regular council meeting minutes as presented.
Any discussion, questions, concerns? None. So let's have a vote. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. At this time, we'll recess the regular council meeting, and we'll call to order the organizational meeting at 6:03. The first item on the agenda is the adoption of the agenda as amended. Kurt?
Do this again. I move the council adopt the agenda as amended.
Any concerns, questions, discussion needed? No? Okay. Vote. All in favor? Opposed? Carried. The second item on the organizational agenda is the appointment of the deputy mayor. Councilor Mahon, would you like to put forward a motion?
I would like to put forward a motion for Bob Murray for deputy mayor.
Any comments or questions or concerns? No?
Just cover it.
Click and hold. There you go.
Is there any discussion or idea as to the length of time for the deputy mayor?
That's a good question. The usual process is a year period, so the term of the deputy mayor would go from today until the next organizational meeting a year from now. If you'd like to propose something different.
I just think it needs to be in the motion for
The term.
the term.
Thank you. So, you need to add that to the motion. How long a term would be?
Or just say-
The term limit of 1 year until the next organizational meeting.
Thank you, Council. Put it to a vote. That takes us on to the council meeting schedule. So, call for motion.
I move that council adopt the 2025-2026 council meeting calendar as presented.
Discussion, comments, concerns? No? Okay, call a vote then. All those in favor? Opposed? So carried. We'll move on to council assignments. If we could put that up on the monitor. Sorry, I guess switch glasses. Hopefully in preparation for the meeting, all the councilors put some thought into what committees they would like to be on. So what I'd like to do is just go around and have everybody start with the Councilor Quantz. Point out which councils, or which committees, I should say, you would like to be on. And we'll sort of go around and fill them in, and then we'll go back at the end and see what needs to be filled yet. How's that?
So, how many are we to be choosing?
Whatever you think your schedule allows. And then we'll have to adjust from there. How's that?
Okay, I have interest in the MVRWSC, the Water Services Commission. I cannot be on the Mountain View Senior Housing one.
Okay.
And the RMUG seems to be a related subject, and so I would be okay with that. If needed, I would be able to sit on MPC. In terms of the governance, I'd be okay with the policies and governance, PGC, the Financial Planning Committee, and either or DDAC or the SLC, Service Level Committee. DDAC is the full name for that. Just slips my mind. Disbury Economic Development Advisory Committee.
Okay.
But that's a lot, so trim it back if you wish.
So I think we just need to start the financial planning committee, right?
Pardon me?
Sorry, I actually moved this page here. Apologies.
Under the governance is the Financial Planning Committee, FPC. There's 3 members with 1 alternate.
Okay. Everything else good? Okay. Perfect. Okay. Troy? Sorry, pardon me. Councilor Lambert?
For me, the NVRWSC for the water, the NVRWMC the waste, PRLS library, NPC planning commission, and the ICC intermunicipal cooperation committee. And if people need somebody, I'll have a lot of free time coming up. If there needs, I can be put on to, I'll go anywhere.
There may be some alternate spots that we need to fill and stuff, so. All right. Councilor Hahn?
I'd like to be on the MPC and the DDAC, and then anywhere else if we're needed, if I'm needed.
I'd be most interested in the Mountain View Regional Waste Management Commission, the Mountain View Senior Housing, the Intermunicipal Cooperation Committee, the Policy and Governance Committee, or even the Financial Planning Committee. I have a very flexible schedule, so I'm happy to be an alternate or available for whatever I'm needed for. But I'm keen to learn sort of elements of each part of the process.
Councilor Murray?
I would like to be considered for the Cape CAEP. And the ICC. The FPC. And the SLC.
Thank you, Councilor. Councilor Engel?
I would like to be considered for the DDAC, for ICC, Policy and Governance, and that's probably the other, a lot of these other ones are daytime meetings, they do not work in my schedule, so. And then if there's room, FPC or service level, if they're not filling up, I'll gladly fill in on one of those slots as well.
Okay. Still have some blanks that are needing filling in. Obviously, the ones that say mayor next to them, you can fill my name in. Feel free.
Are you wanting us to?
No, I'm just waiting for it to catch up, that's all. I'll just go through one by one. You said you wanted to be on NBC.
Yeah,
That's okay.
yeah,
Okay, we'll fix that.
I want to be on the NPC.
Yeah, I thought so. You all caught up? Okay. So maybe we'll just go through these one by one, because I think there's a couple that were just missed, and then we'll fill in the blanks as we go. So Municipal Planning Commission, I know that Councilor Lambert had said that he would wish to participate with that. So we can add him in there. And
Was that, yeah, not Troy. Yeah, she's got Troy under the Pittsburgh Economic Development.
Yeah.
And then she has me.
so for DDEC, not Troy Lambert, be Irwin Mo. Oh, sorry, pardon. Maybe if we could just scroll the last column, please. So we need an alternate still for service level committee, and we need a couple for policy and governance.
I was on policy and governance.
Okay, perfect. Just overlooked. Well,
Yeah, I'd be happy to put my name in for policy and governance as well.
thank you, Councilor Stevens.
And I could be added as the alternate for policy and governance.
Okay, we need one alternate still for, okay. Councilor Mahan, just put himself forward for the alternate. And then for the Parkland Regional Library System Board, we also need an alternate. Councilor Wants, do you have opportunity to do that?
For
The library,
library?
it's an alternate position.
Yes, I would be there.
Okay. Okay. Question?
We have too many members for the ICC.
Was it two and alternate? Oh, there's two names there.
I know Councilor Lambert and I have some overlap on a couple of different spots, so it's up to you. I'm open to sort of trading back and forth depending on which one you're more interested in.
What is the other one? The, waste is,
It's just,
oh, okay.
it's just an alternate there.
I believe that Councilor Angle is only on one other committee, so I'm sure he would delight in being on this committee. Councilperson.
Okay. Councilor Engel?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can take me off the cooperation committee.
Results?
And then, do we have all of our alternates for the governance committees?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay.
Your worship, just to note that for the Policy and Governance Committee, there's 3 council members appointed and 1 alternate, so just the line was inadvertently deleted, but I need a third main appointee and then an alternate for Policy and Governance.
Okay.
And also for the Service Level Committee.
I would put my name forward for policy and governance.
Okay, perfect.
If you could look at Will being the, or Councilor Stevens being the person in place, and then I can act as alternate. Thank you.
Councilor Lambert, have you got room on your schedule for one more committee? Service level?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Cielo?
Your worship, I'm just catching up to what is on the board. Missed a few names while I was making notes, so I'm gonna go with what Militia Councilor have. If I may, Mr. Mayor, just some clarity on my notes. I had, out of the gate, Councillor Quantz had suggested he had an interest in DDAC, and if I'm just looking at the notes here for the Water Service Commission, the mayor is the alternate on the package document that I have. But we have two councillors there, which would match the two folks who had listed an interest, so if you're comfortable with that, correct me if I'm wrong, Ms. Baxter, but I don't know, is the mayor as an alternate to the Water Service Commission a standing appointment, or can we just go with two council appointments?
Through the chair, 2 councilor appointments is perfectly all right.
There you go.
So we have everything resolved, all the positions are filled, that is correct? Mr. Simpson?
It would appear so, Your Worship.
Excellent, thank you. Yeah, Councilor Engel, if you could put forward a motion, please. Oh, apologies. Is there comments, questions, concerns?
Just a motion to approve the slate of committee representation.
Just to confirm, as we brought up during the appointment of deputy mayor, I just want to confirm the duration of these appointments.
Yeah, I believe it's for the,
25, 26.
yeah, it's the term of the organization. Yeah, that's right. Are you looking at that motion?
Just, yeah, amend the motion to state that approval of the slate of committee membership for the 25-26 council assignments.
Further comments, questions? Okay, put it to a vote. All in favor? Opposed? So carried. Councilor Engel, if you could put forward a motion at this time.
Is that to go close?
Yes.
We need to go close for just a few minutes and then we'll come out. It's, I don't know how we say it, it's to discuss appointments for NPC, I believe. I don't know how we word that.
Through the chair, typically the process would be administration would generally have had time to prepare the proper listing for the exception to disclosure under the Access to Information Act. However, I believe this would fall under the local body confidences. We're discussing labor, not in the unionized sense, however, we're discussing personnel appointments, and so the latitude is granted to council to have some of those conversations in private before coming out and issuing a vote on the decision of council.
Thank you, Mr. Simpson. Questions, concerns, anything? No? Thanks for the vote, correct? Vote, all in favor? Opposed? So carried, if we could clear the room, please, for a few minutes.